and welcome to tonight's beer review, which I am dubbing the probable ear infection sore throat beer review. I got like a little bit thing going on in here, and not feeling too good, but not feeling super sick yet. It's just kind of irritating right now. So probably no whiskey after this beer, probably not much of anything after this beer, but I want to go and do a review anyway. Because what am I reviewing? I'm reviewing the Autumn Special from the Sierra Nevada Autumn box set, Hoppy Wheat American IPA. Let's read the back, shall we? We're lending a hop-forward twist to the wheat beer. A typically mild-mannered style. Featuring big hop aromas, this beer has more in common with an IPA than a Hefeweizen. Look for intense hop aromas of bright citrus and resinous pine, balanced by a light and tangy wheat malt body. 6.2 ABV. So what can I tell you about this beer? Well, for the first time in well over a year, I've not been impressed by a Sierra Nevada beer. That's not to say it was undrinkable. It was just boring. And hopefully to make it a little bit less boring, I let it sit out a little bit. I want to go and get it a little bit more odoriferous. And this time I'm not pouring it into a Hefeweizen glass. I'm going to be pouring it into just a regular pint glass. Okay, that was a nice good pour there. Finger's worth. Somewhat fizzy, off-white head. It's carbonated as you expect for a wheat beer here. Don't know if you can see it too well. Oh, there we go. Boy. And bright yellow coloration, bright golden yellow. Definitely all hops in the bouquet here. Pine, grapefruit, touches of tropical fruit, some grassiness, some floralness. Not much in the way of malts. Just a sort of sweetness and crackeriness there. You're not getting much of a wheat funk. A bit better in the Nonic glass, I say. Dominating the mids to finish by hops. Not overly bitter, just enough to go and leave a lingering taste on the palate. Primary tastes are of citrus zest and resin, mostly in the mids to the finish. Mouthfeel is kind of light, which you would expect for a wheat, but not very carbonated. When you take into account that it's a wheat, I expect wheats to be have a little bit more of that carbonated bite to it. I also expect wheats to have a bit more of a distinctive malt body to it, and get a little bit of that wheat funk in the finish, kind of underneath the hopping. And if you kind of feel it carefully in your mouth, from the start to the finish, you can tell it's wheat. It's just very subtle, almost not there. I take it back about the carbonation. In the front there seems to be a lot of carbonation. It just doesn't hang around too long. resiny citrus zest on the palate afterwards. And just hints of wheat as well. Just hints. None of those really estery kind of notes that you sort of get with Hefeweizens, or even with a lot of American style wheats, you know. Honestly, it just kind of comes across as a so-so IPA with a tweaked malt base. You don't really taste the wheat aspect too much. And that's a shame because, you know, I'm just kind of looking over there because I've had it before. You can go back and look at reviews, you know, where the wheat and the hopping kind of, you know, have this nice interplay. You got the two different things going on there. This one, you know, if you weren't paying attention, you probably missed the fact that it was wheat. Is it a bad beer? By no means. It's drinkable. If I went to a party and found it inside, you know, the cooler, I'd drink it. Is it up to the standards of that Sierra Nevada? Well, quality-wise, it's not a poorly made beer. It's just boring beer, unfortunately. So, what can I say? Pretty quick review. Then, you know, like I said, I'm harsh on the bigger people like Sierra Nevada and, you know, Sam Adams because, you know, they're big and they're run by people who know what they're doing. So when I'm let down, you know, I'm kind of a little bit harsher than I would for a small-time local brewer. But hoppy wheat, definitely hoppy. Need to work on bringing that wheat up a little bit more. So that's our quick beer review for tonight, folks. Cheers.